Turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Hello, and welcome back. Best of 3 in the ESL One Manila Southeast Asian Qualifiers. I'm Durkit in the JD studio, and we're getting ourselves into game number 2. And I didn't think I'd be hearing myself say these words, but MVP Phoenix are a game down against Warriors Gaming. Warriors Gaming.Unity, they defeated and demolished MVP Phoenix, and honestly, that was a pretty intense game. My co-caster, Heen, can you just do a quick rundown of game number 1?
I think MVP really underestimated the resolution on Warriors Gaming. When the first Roche happened, I mentioned that a lot of teams, they seem to just give up Roche to MVP. Either they're too late or they get there, but they just have to run in, but they don't, and those extra few seconds allow MVP to get a clean Roche. They understood one of the reasons that Phoenix, most people have realized that they prefer playing on Dire. So obviously a big part of that is the Roche. And to deny Roche, they didn't deny every single Roche. They got it stolen once, but they did a very good job of realizing what really pushes MP forward throughout the mid-late game. It's their ability to win fights and take Roche, and they put a stop to that, which was very important for Warriors Gaming to not give up too much control. They lost control at some points in the game, but that was due to lineup more than just bad plays. These guys I've played with, I might have played with all of them, but I remember playing with against Afu and Nana, and they were on a team which never really, the team was kind of unnamed, as I recall, but they were definitely solid. I remember back in the Hot 6 days, we used to scrim them, and they were one of our tougher opponents. Good to see that they're doing well. Going back to this draft, though, Enigma pickup. That's really curious.
Enigma
against Earthspirit.
Earthspirit's got the long-range initiation, long-range stun. He's got silence as well. They pair it up with a Vengeful Spirit, and this maybe is that pressure play. But you look at Earthspirit and Bounty Hunter and Enchantress, heroes like that kind of roam around. And they can sit on the Enigma in the jungle a little bit, steal experience, steal a couple of creeps, and definitely make his life a living hell. While MVP Phoenix, they kind of round things out with their Nature's Prophet. But just thinking about game number 1, the Juggernaut for MP, he farmed decently and things looked okay for him. But I never really felt a strong impact from MP in that game or from his hero. Just wondering if they go for a different route and maybe allow him to be a bit more active, especially in the early game.
Yeah, MP can definitely play active heroes. It's just that it's kind of your habits from previous patches carry over, and in the previous patches where you had a lot of really strong dual lanes. You remember that patch where every game you'd see Dark Seer, Spirit Breaker, Tusk, Undying, these kind of nasty stuff. And back then we practiced a system where MP's hero would he'd just be a stable carry, because back then often the safe lane would sort of lose to the off lane. So you didn't really expect too much out of your carry other than getting levels and just being there for your team. So Juggernaut happened to be one of those go-to heroes to tank really strong offlane duos, and it's kind of I've seen MP play some playmaking heroes, and he's obviously very good. He used to be a mid player, so he has the eye for that kind of stuff. He's really good at clinks, and just really aggressive heroes. But in that last game, it wasn't the best game for a Juggernaut to be all-out aggressive. He had to be mindful about the Doom. have his healing ward up before he
Dire team pick.
gets doomed or is killed off. Going back to Warriors Gaming though, I think this is sort of their style. Based on
Phoenix's
like the
turn
last
to
game
pick.
and what they're picking now, they want greedy supports like the Doom. Jungle is kind of greedy. You're sacrificing laning for better mid-late game. Yeah, Enigma is pretty much the same.
Masters their third pick up here. They ban out the Wisp as well. Don't want MVP Phoenix getting their hands on that one. I mean, there's a lot of people, you know, saying, oh, MVP have got
10
200
seconds
ping and they're
remaining.
lagging and all that, but I mean, MVP they've got like 6 ping.
5
There's a couple of
seconds
people
remaining.
with less than 10 MS to this server, so it's
Reserve time.
definitely not the case. Warriors Gaming definitely just did very well in that draft, and now they're going to give
Dire
themselves
team pick.
a Kiro slog. At least that's what it looks like. Voca,
Yeah.
with the Voca banned out, what does this give MP?
OD is banned.
Yeah.
Timber Spirit.
Usually when you give QO the safe lane hero, you know, you're
Turn to
giving
pick.
Invoker or OD, something like that. To
Oh, it's an Ember Spirit. It might be Slark mid if they realize or Warriors Gaming choose to have an Ember mid.
How about
It's like
Death Prophet?
Death Prophet?
Yeah.
I'm not aware of MP playing that hero. It was never one of
10
his heroes.
seconds remaining.
Okay.
It was one of Kyo's heroes, so that would mean Kyo
5
would have to
seconds
play the
remaining.
Death Prophet, or MP would just have to suck it up and play deep. But considering the spot they're in,
Reserve
they
time.
can't afford to lose this game. There's no losers bracket. I don't think they'll go with something where at least like one person might feel iffy about.
Yeah, they have to be in their comfort zone for sure. So MP heroes, you know, like Zeus is out there and does decently against Ember Spirit, burns through his Flame Guard relatively quickly, pairs up with the Thunder God, pairs up with the Nature's Wrath. Well, for now they're going to
Dire
leave
team banned.
that hero to last as they take themselves up a Disruptor. Good against both Enigma and Ember Spirit with his Glimpse and Storm AoE Silence. Decent against Beastmaster in lane with that Thunderstrike Harass, and maybe can keep the Slark safe, at least for the first couple of minutes.
10 seconds
Healthy
remaining.
in the laning stage for now. Well, Earth Spirit can maybe roam into mid and troll
5
that one up
seconds
against the Ember
remaining.
Spirit. But Warriors Gaming, their final hero, still not entirely sure where any of these
Reserve
heroes are going,
time.
right? Because the Slark, like you said, is open for mid or safe. Ember Spirit, exactly the same story. Could be a 1-roll, could be a 2-roll, and you just don't entirely know what to ban out with the Pugna ban.
Phoenix's turn to ban.
That's kind of interesting to me. It's not something that I would have shouted out.
I mean, they're just banning what they think they don't want to play against. They can't be 100% sure. Definitely,
10 seconds
but
remaining.
from my personal experience with MVP, they probably wouldn't have picked Pugna.
Dire team pick.
But like I said, I think Phoenix, they're going to be able to see all 5 picks from Warriors Gaming before they commit to their last core pick. So it looks like an Ember mid. There's a high chance that it'll be a Slark mid from Kyo.
Warriors Gaming, their final hero for now. What does well against all of this MVP Phoenix nonsense? They've got some big
10
AoE ults,
seconds
they've got some
remaining.
good single target abilities as well. I don't know. It's
5
something that
seconds
I think they
remaining.
need like a natural BKB carrier, honestly. Something that can just try and withstand the pain, or at least has some
Reserve
kind of
time.
mobility to get himself or herself inside and out of these fights. It's gonna
Oh
be
boy.
a tinker.
Phoenix's
Well, I
turn
mean, you can
to
build
pick.
into BOTs and Blink Dagger, but that's definitely not what I was aiming for. But now you've got what, global pressure with Beastmaster, Roar, and Hawk. You've got Ember Spirit jumping around, Enigma can blink, and Black Hole. You've got good all-around map control if you can get out of the laning stage, but there doesn't seem to be any weakness to the laning stage of Warriors Gaming here.
The laning seems fairly strong, but yeah, the heroes though of
10
MVP.
seconds
Is this a
remaining.
really good Tinker game? Isn't this one of the harder Tinker games? Like Slark
5
has
seconds
infinite
remaining.
regen. Nature's Prophet is more, all over the map than Tinker in some
Reserve
ways.
time.
Then you have like Earth Spirit Disruptor, which are not like, you don't really shrug them off as Tinker. They're like other supports like Witch Doctor, like, Witch Doctor, I'm not really a threat. But Earth Spirit and Disruptor can be really scary for Tinker. We'll have to see what they have in mind, though. It might be a different kind of Tinker that doesn't really avoid fights, but rather teleports into Beastmaster and like really tries to do a lot of team play.
Oh, I wasn't expecting the Tiny, but that's what MP is going to be picking himself up. QO Slark is the name of the game here. As Warriors Gaming up against MVP Phoenix, Game 2 is about to kick off in this best of 3. This is do or die for MVP Phoenix to get themselves through to the semi-final, and obviously they not only would like to do, but kind of need to do to keep the ball rolling and do the good stride of form that they've been in since just before Dota. I mean, they beat EG 3-0, and now they're losing the one game down to WG.
I mean, that's because SCA is the hardest region.
No Kappa?
I mean, it's like on a more serious note,
10 seconds
when you're
remaining.
playing against someone in your like home region, they tend
5
to
seconds remaining.
know you better. Like
Yeah.
for example, let's say out of a score of 10, there's a 6 team from like NA and there's 6 team from SEA. The one from SEA has a higher chance to beat MVP. I think there's a mutual understanding. I think even before when MP used to be on Poker Face, like it was the other one of the other teams.
Are they level 1 Roshing?
Oh my god, yeah, they are.
Oh my god, they don't have Eidolons though. They're gonna go for the laser. Oh my goodness gracious me! This is one of the weirdest level 1 Roche lineups I have ever seen. But with 3 selves on the Beastmaster, Stout Shield, 4-man Shield, they've got the Vengeance Aura, they've got Laser. Okay, okay. Let's see how this goes. They're going down to half HP, and MVP have got no idea what's going on. They're moving up into the dire jungle, and they don't know what's happening.
Crap.
The level 1 Roche hunt from Warriors Gaming is working out.
It's done, like, no matter what, MVP are too late. Oh, unless Beastmaster gets Tinker late, it's nice. Does that not proc the Lincoln? Never mind, Enigma got the Malefice.
Yeah, they've got Malefice from Enigma, and that's what they're using it for. But Aegis going to the Tinker and level 2.5 across all these heroes.
Holy crap.
Like, as MVP, what do you do? You're just like, oh fuck, what do we do now? Because laning stage, you know, we looked at this in the draft, and we both kind of said there's no direct weakness here for Warriors Gaming, right?
They're level 2, so they can fight this for sure.
Yeah, so there's like no direct weakness from drafting standpoint. Then you give them an extra level and a half. Then you give them a bounty rune, so Tinker's going to be almost level 3 by the time this lane kicks off. This is disastrous for MVP already. Oh my goodness.
You know, I'm one of the more paranoid guys when I'm playing in tournaments, and especially in these kind of games where there's high stakes. I even say things like, you know, they might be roshing. There's a 1% chance, but we don't want to lose to it. In this game, I wouldn't even have called like the Roche like possibility. I didn't even think about this. Like Ember Spirit, Tinker, Roche,
Yeah,
really?
it's insane. Absolutely insane. So let's go over this quickly. 4 up on top, Nature's Prophet up against Arjit's Ember Spirit, and Zaki on the Vengeful Spirit. Again, Arfu is going to be your Enigma. D-Ward across as these camps have been blocked up. Mid lane is Nana the Tinker up against MP's Tiny, while at bottom it's Kiro Slark, Dubo Spirit, Wen on the Beastmaster, and of course Febby playing the Disruptor, sitting back a little bit further. My goodness gracious me. Tinker, you know, not only does he have level 3 now, he's got his level 2 laser, he's got the Aegis so he can't get ganked or picked off too easily. As MVP, if you wanted to try and play active and you know, run yourself into these lanes a little bit, you just cannot do it. So Earth Spirit, who wants to sit mid and, you know, roll in to try and kill Tinker, and Nature's Prophet TP's in to make up the numbers and give themselves a little more damage, can't gank mid. Could you just try and kill Beastmaster over and over again?
Pretty much. I don't think you should go for a Tinker kill. There's almost no chance you're gonna kill him twice in a row. The Beastmaster, on the other hand, he had to get the aura, so his lane is gonna push out more than he wants initially. So that's like silver lining for MVP, I suppose. Like I mean, you can call it that. Start playing against a level 2 Beastmaster, so.
He's already got his double boars out, and Febby, oh my goodness, no, going into this river is not the safest of routes. He does take out the Hawk, and he'll take out the secondary boar as well. Nice attempt of a deny there from Wen. Febby will self a bounty rune. Wait, hang on. Oh, I guess the boar could have maybe denied it, so Febby had to take it. Well, MP's bottle is empty now.
I was gonna also mention, like before that Roche happened, which we have to focus on, that MVP's lineup have no counter to BKB Enigma. Enigma is free to BKB whatever he chooses, with complete impunity. So already starting off the early game against a Roche lineup, there's so much pressure on them. I mean, they know obviously that they can't lose this game, so I'm wondering what kind of. I mean, there's not much you can do. You can just shut up and play your best. That's all. I mean, the Roche is gone. What can you do?
What's done is done. So Kyo kind of has to, beast mode the farming down the bottom lane. Currently sitting 13-6, but you're already seeing the Warriors Gaming draft and lineup working wonders here, getting their CS pretty freely. Bottle already up for Nana. He's going to have his boots shortly as well. And the thing is, that they can't. Oh, the courier snipe attempt over on the back. Forever not going to secure that as the courier is upgraded and flies itself back to safety. But yeah, you're looking at mid lane. Tinker can't be ganked. There's no contest in the jungle for Enigma. They warded up and tried to control his camps that way. But he's already picked himself up a smoke. That's kind of interesting. Level 3 Eidolons, level 1 Malefice. Got one more point to put out there. But usually when you see like a hardcore farming Enigma, you get the point in Midnight Pulse and you destroy these trees, you have the easier access between camps. Is Unity going to go for the double Malefice and a black hole and then try and smoke into a lane somewhere?
They might, because Enigma, he has a sub 4 minute level 6. That's crazy.
Oh dear. Absolutely crazy. Well, he's got his clarity.
He's gonna hold on to the Malefice, because the level 2 Malefice is a big upgrade from the level 1. It's like a quarter of a second, half a second is a big deal. When he decides to gank, if he doesn't seem to need the Malefice, I reckon he'll hold on to the point. If he thinks he needs it to get close, then he'll get the second point.
Ember Spirit just keeps on going. Where is Nature's Prophet? He's TP down to bottom lane. Forever wants to try and apply a little pressure.
Tinker's coming in so aggressive. He has the Aegis, but isn't it time that it almost expires? He has to be careful with this.
Yeah,
see, the Aegis expired. Does he not know?
No,
he should know.
Still going to go in with a level 3 mark. They just want to defend his tower. Gonna TP in from Zaki. Kill off the Beastmaster in the back, but Nana and Zaki down Febby here a little bit and go through. The stun is available from Zaki, but there's the kick. Earth Spirit holds them back and Dubu saves his teammate, so they get the pick over on the Beastmaster. They retreat out safely. Try and defend themselves up on top lane because Arfu is pushed in past this tier 1, rolling the wave. It's Ember Spirit pushing forward.
Ember Spirit was level 6, Forever wouldn't be able to do this, but unfortunately for him, Ember Spirit is slightly lacking the remnants.
MP was thinking about coming in and trying to battle that one out as well. What have we got? 4.5 minutes? About a midway timer there for the Roshan. Not too bad. It's not going to be something that, Warriors Gaming, it's not like a level 1 Roshan and you take the next Roshan as quickly as possible, right?
It's not an Ursa, so...
Yeah, I just want to try and win.
At least they don't have to worry too much about that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, Zaki is now setting up camp down on bottom with this Beastmaster. Should have a decent time here, but it's actually MVP that will themselves up with the Earth Spirit and Disrupt. Towards the mid, but there's no Tinker here. He gets the Arcane Rune down in bottom lane. There's no Enigma in the jungle, and Warriors Gaming, they're just not open or susceptible to any kind of ganks with the Tinker returning back to mid. Maybe he can get found here, and Febby walks up to high ground and shows himself, but Dubu P, they're far off to the west. Nana just isn't there and available to get jumped on.
I simply can't get used to this. Like, the Vengeful is almost level 6. It's like she's having a dream game. Roche. Best strat ever.
Radiant's top tower.
Alright, so yeah, the Ember Spirit and Enigma were able to get that tower. It was only a matter of time. So for now, I think Warriors Gaming, they don't want to just farm, but at the same time, they have such good heroes to do that. They're gonna need the boots of travel on the Tinker ASAP, and the Enigma to get the mech. Enigma served his purpose. He got a super fast level 6, one of the fastest I've seen. Secured the tower for Ember Spirit. And now, back to the perspective of MVP though, they know they're behind. Like this, getting level 1 Roche and having the lanes were even strong before we knew that Warriors Gaming were going to go for the Roche. So they have a lot of catching up to do.
Catch up, QO goes for the Midas. He's sitting on 3k net worth, so he's sitting pretty, looking too bad. MP, of course, does have a way back into this with his tread drums, and he can start being a little more active. His good old burst potential. Exactly how he fares though, because like you're saying, the Vengeful Spirit nearly level 6, building herself up pretty quickly, and Arjit, he's 800 gold away from his Boots of Travel, while Tinker 600 away from his. Rushing straight into it, not going for the stopgap Soul Ring to allow him to farm a little more efficiently and quickly. Nana just going to be stacking up
Afu
through these Ancients. Afu, yeah, rolls on, tossed up, killed out. And with
what?
a black hole, it comes back into things. Tinker actually gets the bounce room, but now Nana's in a little bit of trouble as MVP. They've trapped him, get the kill, holds him in, but in comes Zaki to save his Tinker teammate and Arjit. Oh, triple remnant forward, looking for the go in of the Fabian Dubu. The stance is there from the Earth Spirit. Febby with his Earth Spirit and disrupting the roll away up to the northwest. And Arjit maybe cannot even find the kill back as MP takes down the Tinker and looks for more in the back. There's Ember Spirits in a spot of bother. Dubu doesn't have a kick or a roll left to throw. And Arjit as well as Zaki will retreat themselves away, but that's Tinker and Enigma both dying for nothing in return.
That was you know the other word there.
Dire's middle tower
Have
is under
nothing
attack.
to kill him with. It's just like a being an ass kind of a glimpse that reveals. Plus, big win. We who tried to go for the black hole there. With only the Tinker there as an immediate follow-up, I think was kind of way too optimistic. Black hole would be just something big.
Yeah, it was kind of just thrown out there, see if they could do anything with it. But Nana, of course, with the level 4 march, wasn't able to get damage output into the black hole and do anything with it. Well, they did leave QO actually to far really down in lane, so he's already up to 1100 gold on top of the Midas. Had himself his treads pretty shortly, and then you're looking towards any of your Blinker, your Shadow Blade, things like that. Beastmaster, how's he looking? He's level 6, close to 7. He has progressed item-wise into anything big. You know, you're looking at Crew Book coming up in the next 4 or 5 minutes or so. Mine definitely has to progress a little bit faster. Forev already has his Phase Boot and drums are nearly done. And MVP, they've definitely tried to recoup a lot of their losses here, and they're scouting out Roshan and making sure they have some vision around this pit as well. They don't want to be caught off guard by the kind of movement the second time around. Zach, Mental Spirit hits his 6.
Oh, MP got revealed.
Very far forward, you're damn right. Glimpse back to Venge. Dangerous zone for the TP out. Done for the Avalanche with Zaki. And they will finish off the Vengeful Spirit. So 4-0. Even with the good start Warriors Gaming had in this game, it's MVP who have the lead in kills. Still looking at this Ember Spirit with Boots of Travel, and Nick with the mech pretty much completed now. 100 gold away from that.
Kyo?
Gold. Oh, damn. Kyo? What happened? They're going to try and chase that Wen, but he's behind his tier 2 already. How did Kyo die?
He passed forward because he wanted to finish off one of the boars. It's like one of those classic Kyo moments. He completely disrespecting the Beastmaster. Beastmaster has to be like brain dead not to kill him right there. It's like a 100 HP Slark out mana.
Dubu just sitting in the trees waiting for someone to jump onto as well. This Beastmaster, I don't know if he just keeps walking back behind his tier 2. Got to commit a hell of a lot to try and jump in onto him. Oh. And the jump,
boy.
MP, Zaki doesn't quite die to the Avalanche toss combination, but didn't see that one coming. MP had a very quick blink dagger timing there. No drums, treads, nothing like that, just straight into the initiation tools.
Alright, the game truly begins with a Boots of Travel on Tinker.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
What does Nana do with this? You just go and split push, keep the marches going, because ideally you want to farm blink daggers with your Boots of Travel, and that's when Tinker really starts to kick into gear.
I think he can afford to play sort of like this, help his team get the objectives. If you have all your tier 1s, they lost their offlane tier 1, but if you have all your tier 1s, as many tier 1s as possible on your side and clear out the tier 1s from the opponents, it makes Tinker's life a lot easier. Oh, that kill.
They're being dived. The Hawk Q
There's a
vision,
Hawk there.
so he's not able to secure that Shadow Dance
Radiant's
health
middle
regen.
tower has been denied.
Wrath will bounce down to bottom lane, but doesn't hit into any of these heroes, and they're actually looking for a kill.
Oh my god, Kyo.
His Q is still being jumped and swapped back, actually gonna try and save him here, but the black hole through from Alpha will still catch the little Slarkin with a final stun. Actually missed off from Zaki. Goes the kill, but MVP, they're not done just yet. MP has a blink dagger available. He'll jump forward, kill off the Enigma. There's the Avatos combination. Zaki as well as Gwen. The glimpse back. Who does it send? It sends one of them far, far away, but Ajit returns with another remnant forward. And MP, he's caught, stunned up, and the flame comes through him with a roar available as well. Warriors Gaming demolish MVP and almost tie up the kill score.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They MVP have to be really careful from this point forward. There's
Are fortified.
only so much he can lose. Like first, certain point, like there's a threshold where the game becomes unbearably hard, and they're reaching that point if they make a mistake like that. After this point, I think that was like the final straw, because Kyo needs to get the mobility item, like probably the blink dagger. For him to actually do something in fights, or in terms of like him being able to fight, farm around the map. One good thing is, like as we mentioned, the Warriors Gaming won't have the easiest time going for the second Roche, because the first one was kind of cheesy. I mean, they can afford to do it if they find an opening where they find most of the MVP on the other side of the map. But this Tinker is gonna cancel out a lot of the Nature's Prophets.
You can't cancel out the damage from MP though. There we go, they just walk into that one. Tinker might have bought enough time here for the Roshan to get taken with the double balls, the Necro 1-up now for Beastmaster, and these Eidolons pummeling into the big man himself. It's like Ember Spirit will be able to get himself a nice little Aegis the Immortal. QO, raw, dark packed it off, and he pounces away. That was risky. Very ballsy from QO there. Potentially could have died.
Yeah, I mean, what makes Kyo great is also what makes him, you know, face palm sometimes. That was one of those plays that. These kind of plays are what really make Kyo slug. He gets like every little edge, Beastmaster, ults off cooldown. On cooldown, rather.
What makes him amazing also makes him a liability for the rest of his team.
Yeah. Oh, over at bottom, he knows that Beastmaster doesn't have the ult.
Oh, there's no TP either, so when? Gonna get chased out here, but QO now has to deal with a Tinker with a TP in. Nana goes through with the rockets, but a pounce away from the Slurks will send him back into the trees and blink. Safety. But I don't think Warriors Gaming are done just yet. Chasing down the Fishman.
Look at all these dire heroes coming out. They know they want to kill Kyo. They know he doesn't have that much mana.
Oh, Observer Ward is placed out. QO being very ballsy with his continuation of this farm, but MVP, they pile on the pressure at top lane. 4 heroes around this tier 2, and Tinker considering going into this to defend the tower, but he's the rest of his team here with them. You know, a defensive swap, gonna give up on it. Nana
Venge,
with a whole vengeful spirit.
What? Oh, I thought MP could have just. He might have not seen the Venge then.
The illusion's being set forward, he definitely will. Tinker will TP aggressively into this tier 2. The jump on the Remnant, the Avalanche tosses there and the glimpse back. And Arjit sent back a little bit further. MVP allowed to retreat, but you're still dealing with, you know, Enigma down on bottom lane. Vitality boost just picked up by Arfu. Now, is that going to be a Rod of Atos? Or is it going to be that Crimson Guard that we've seen from players like Puppy?
Atos probably? I think Atos is better than Crimson Guard. He still has some mana issues. And we're gonna see a fake back. I mean, if he's coming back. Oh,
swap back though.
Nice
They've saved him. Nana still couple over the toss forward. They'll kill him off. And Zaki, he will be the projectile used to kill the Tinker. The stack storm down into Arjun. And Arfu, the connect field is there as well. But MVP, they've lost their fight. And Zaki's being right clicked down with the Thunderstrike forward. It's not enough to kill him. And he gets the stun with the Femi. The Disruptor is trapped. The Zubu stuns with the chains as well. They'll at least kill the Vengeful Spirit. But deep in the enemy jungle, MVP Phoenix, they lose 3 in exchange for 2. And was this worth it to allow QO a little bit of respite on bottom lane? Just not sure it was.
I think it was worth it if they kill Tinker, which is really important. That means more map control. It means there's no tank canceling out the Nature's Prophet, and then all that time Slark was farming up. He's level 13, which is just really good levels at this point in the game. You have to remember, Warriors Gaming were the ones that got the level 1 Roche, and meanwhile Kyo is by far the #1 experience leader. So him getting level 16, and obviously he needs the Scotty, usual choice, for the Blink Dagger.
Aegis will be reclaimed in about 1 minute and 45 seconds. Maybe we look for Warriors to really use this one. Nana throws out these marches. He's still 700 gold away from the Blink Dagger, and things have slowed down for the Tinker a fair amount. Hero is the complete opposite. Things are ramped up for him. 2,700 gold saved up. Blink Midas definitely getting himself a good amount of GPM and ramping up that net worth, while MP has gone back for the drums and treads, padding out his stats, just tanking himself as he can, and Forev, similar kind of story. FaZe Jones looking towards the Orchid now to deal with its Ember Spirit. Went straight from Boot to Travel into Battle Fury. Have a way to get out of that silence. And it's still Warriors Gaming with the chance to kill off QO. The Dark Pack not there in time, but Ember Spirit, where is he? Earth Spirit threw out that little boulder toss. QO is escaping pretty damn speedily out of this, but that's raw stuns and the swap all used without even getting a kill.
Again, space created. I think Nature's Prophet, the Orchid build, it'll be okay this game. I think it makes sure Ember can't just go full damage. Where did Nana die?
Down in bottom lane, Earth Spirit and Slark, they both comboed up very nicely to kill off the Tinker. And once again, Blink Dagger is delayed. The mobility item for the Tinker is slowed down significantly. But Arjit does have his Battle Fury completed.
Yeah, Tinker is... It's a really hard hero to win a game on because you can play so well 99% of the time during the game, and then the 1% that you actually are careless and make a mistake, you pay for it so hard. Oh, dude, got caught up.
He's found some. Dubu rolls away. Ember Spirit doesn't commit for that. I'm looking at the Enigma, he's actually gone back and picked up an Ogre Club. He went Vitality Booster and now back into a BKB, it looks like.
Yeah, he's changing his mind. Weird. I think Vitas would have been okay as well, but yeah, like we talked about, BKB, I mean, there's nothing that can stop it unless he misplaces it and somehow Tiny gets behind him and tosses him, I suppose. But that shouldn't happen.
Finally, the Blink Dagger for Nana's Tinker. And this is the period of the game where Tinker really starts to pick up the pace. Just wondering though what kind of item build he goes into. He has been split pushing a fair amount, but usually that's just to farm himself up into these bigger items. Can start joining these fights a little bit now. Bloodstone used to be the big go-to item from Tinker, like Bloodstone into Hex. Recently, it always used to be like Ethereal Blade Dagon, but that build kind of went out the window. The E-Blade projectile being added in. I don't know how you feel about this, but Tinker itemization, what's going to be the best for him?
He definitely wants some stats. He needs some wiggle room. He can't just afford to play on his reflexes and blink away from everything. He needs some healthy amount of HP. I'm not sure about the Bloodstone. That item got nerfed so hard in terms of like you don't save gold anymore when you die, which is huge. And the death timer respawning slightly slower is very noticeable. Surprisingly, that like 1 second per charge. Oh, MP.
I've caught Nana again.
So this is one of the reasons you need some HP on Tinker, because that was just a straight out solo kill. And imagine if he had just 100 or 200 more HP, he could have lasered the Tiny and just blinked out. Yeah, he needs more wiggle room with his HP pool. I think I've seen some people go fail on Tinker. It gives a lot of mint, so you have more mana pool to work with for rearms, and then you do a lot of damage. You can just put it on creeps to farm more efficiently as well. It's hard to say because Tinker is so unpopular right now. A lot of people are thankful There was an era where Tinker was a pick to win games.
Yep.
And now we do not see Tinker unless guy is someone feeling particularly throwy or just wants to have fun.
Tinker was one of my go-to heroes back a couple of patches ago. You know, like 5k pub games. Fun. I'm pissed off. I've just lost like 5 ranked games in a go. I'll go unranked. I'll pick Tinker, and I'll just destroy people with that E-Blade Dagon. But long gone are those days when you could go in and pretty much auto-win a game with Tinker.
I'm ashamed to say that Tinker is also one of my most played heroes. It all started. I just went on just massive tilt one day, and I was like, you know what? Can't beat him, join him, and I just started playing Tinker.
Yeah, just go for it. Let's do it. One thing that MVP are starting to look at though now is these tier 2 towers. Warriors Gaming, they have to try and defend these with their lives. Also try and shove out these lanes as much as they can. You know, you see the Ember Spirit down the bottom. He's had his Battle Fury for a while. Now with the Ultimate Orb, you know, probably the Manta style to try and get out of the Orchid. But equally could be a Lincoln Sphere to stop the Glimpse back. Be a Skadi just to try and tank himself up if he really wants to go down that route. But we'll see what he thinks. We'll see what Arjit actually decides to go in. Beastmaster Necro 3 is done with another 1,000 gold saved up, so you can go for the Boots of Travel. Try and think towards the Blink Dagger if he wants to aim towards that one. While Alfu's Enigma, he's kept this BKB very, very secret. Got himself the Ogre Club as well as the Mithril Hammer, and he's still got a fair distance to go until he has the actual recipe. But the Black King Bar from the Enigma is going to be a complete surprise to MVP as soon as he picks it up.
I think they'll eventually find out though somehow. The wards will spot it out. It's not like you can get the BKB and fight right away just because you want to, especially as the game goes on. They're gonna find it harder to get pickoffs, especially when the Slark is moving around, pinging where the wards are. They're slowly getting more map control, and he's so hard to kill. Look at him. Yeah, Scotty. You know, you mentioned. Oh, look at these wards. Yeah, the anti-tinker wards. Bringing me back to TI4 days. Oh, Slark. This is so aggressive.
Zaki will give up his life, but this is the black hole catching the two of them, and the stack storms down into Alfu, and they've got the stuns back into Zaki as well, but QO is jumping so low. Look at that, the Roar and Jubu. He wants to try and kill off Nana, but the rockets are spammed out, and they'll kill off 3, only losing the Vengeful Spirit with MP scampering away to try and save his own life, but Arjit, he's not done just yet. He's got slight chains and he'll catch him. MP, he's stuck here with a Flame Guard burn. Arjit doesn't have anything left to throw. They want to try and get the Roshan though and secure this Aegis again for the Ember Spirit. And with MVP not having any heroes left to actually contest this, it looks like it might be a free one.
You know, what we saw just there was... That's not the good... That's not the Overlord MVP. That's like the old MVP. That's the... You see a guy, no questions asked, no planning, you just go in and find yourself fighting between tier 2s and tier 3s. And now they're gonna give up the Roche because they should be really worried about this Roche because this Aegis and Cheese are gonna be so important for heroes like that.
Secure as I thought it might be. But Dubu able to try and roll himself in. He might be able to steal this one. Roshan's dropping low, but Dubu's focused down to kill him off, and the Roshan's dying, but in comes the Titan. They snatch the Aegis, but the kill goes to the Radiant. They turn back with the Hurricane on the Bevy and MP, but they're stuck inside his kinetic field. The TP's coming through from Nada, and the rockets will fly as well. 4M sprouts up the Tinker, but the Disruptor's already dead. They jump forward again on the Nature's Prophet, and 4M sprints away with the drops and phase boots. I'm not sure he can escape from this one. He buys up his Void Stone, but he'll die to the rocket laser. And Warriors Gaming, unified. They destroy MVP Phoenix as they try and contest that Roshan.
Yeah, it was a bit of a messy rush towards the end, but still, they got both the Aegis and Cheese. Dubu seemed to have gotten the last hit, but that's not that important. The Venge, at least they're getting some, small pickups in here. I mean, the reason I say the Aegis and Cheese is so important for Warriors Gaming is, you know how you mentioned that before the Tinker pick, you're like, probably want Warriors to pick a BKB hero. And Ember Spirit and Tinker are kind of like that. They're very similarly natured heroes. If you're like super on top of your game and you have good reflexes throughout, you shouldn't die too much. But they are awkward heroes to get BKB on and
man, the craggy exterior catches him, but MP will die. into the Midnight Pulse and QO. I mean, he's going in here with the Shadow Dance back onto that little Beastmaster, but Mantistal gets our Jib's Ember Spirit out of trouble a little bit here. The pounce back Forev. He's left alone to his own devices. The TP out. He's going to try and attempt this one, but the swap back will cancel it. And Forev, the glimpse away is not going to be enough to try and save him. With a kick across, the Boulder Smash holds the advance. And the ranks of Warriors Gaming are held. But once more, it's MVP on the aggressive, looking for the trade, looking for the picks. But at best, they break even.
I think it's okay for now. It wasn't the best trade for MVP, but they're not giving up the map. They fought in the dire jungle, which means, you know, the Warriors Gaming, they can't just march down mid or bottom to get objectives.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And it was the Manta, not the Lincolns or Scotty for the Ember Spirit.
It seemed like the more logical one. I mean, it's good attack speed and armor against the Slark and the Tiny. Gets you out of the Orchid. A good amount of stats and HP. Static Storm. Drop it just to be able to walk out of it and maybe hold yourself alive during it.
Under attack.
Yeah, the silence is the only really killer for Ember Spirit. The glimpse, you can always use the trick, the Fire Remnant trick, to get out of it.
Well, Warriors Gaming pushing forward. Up onto the high
He's
ground.
been spotted.
28
He should know. He
minutes
should.
in. Oh, he walks straight in with a BKB from Alpha. He's looking for the black hole with QO trapped in here. They catch him, but they don't get MP. The BKB will allow the Enigma to fully channel this one through, and QO's dead already. He tried to start pack himself away from any damage thrown out by Warriors Gaming. He's dead for 70 seconds. Does have buyback available though.
This is such an important moment for MVP.
Orchid, Manta gets himself out. Boulder Smash, again, just trying to delay this as much as they possibly can.
Kill Bob back.
Look at the march spam, he blinks in onto Arfu. The Enigma will just give up his life. That's just fine for Warriors Gaming. There's no black hole, no BKB. Enigma will trade his life for a buyback of QO any day of the week.
I think the timing on the buyback. Whoa, 4 found Nana.
Gonna be able to kill him though. He's silenced and he'll burn. Dominating streak is stolen. Grab.
Very important kill. I think more than the buyback, this kill was the real game changer. But about the buyback, I think he should have held on to it. It's like, as we saw, when he bought back, everyone is back, and even Enigma, I suppose there was a high chance he was going to die, but you're getting 1 kill out of that is not really what you look for in a buyback. You want to get like a semi-team wipe, so you can, of course, counter buybacks, or, you know, get this tier 2 at mid, or something more than what you paid for.
Well, 18 to 17. Ember Spirit is at the top of the net worth. We haven't taken a look at the graphs just yet. It's a 3k lead for Warriors.Unity. Not a massive amount, and experience-wise, there's not a big gap either.
Oh,
When run yourself through Quelling Blade, or even Iron Talon yourself further into the trees. Little Necro units will come out and try and wave a tiny amount. There's the Bloodstone out for your Tinker, and now a Hex for Forev's Nature's Prophet. This could be the swinging point of these team fights. If they get the Hex onto the Tinker or the Ember Spirit, this enables QO to keep on fighting.
Yeah, I think Hero might need to go more items though, like more defensive items. I mean, the Scotty is nice. This is go-to item for the Slark, but as we saw, what does he really have against Enigma's skill set, where Enigma can just walk around freely, use the Midnight Pulse in combination with the Black Hole, even solo on kill, and there's not much he can do. Eventually, he's gonna get revealed and comboed. No, we're going for some easy agility stacks.
Oh, find anything. I'm gonna get into that Moon Shard, that Hyperstone. P, they've grouped up very strongly up on this top lane to take down the tier 2 with a jump in from QO onto Zaki. Statement of intent, this is what Slark likes to do, but it's MP But we'll find the catch and the kill onto the Vengeful Spirit. After his glimpse back, but he's got his BKB. He's going to look for the black hole now. Oh, he's waiting for a better target. MP just getting rocketed and taken out slowly but surely. QO, no dark pack. He's held a place but strong, burnt out. His mana pool is just diminishing, but he still gets the Shadow Dance off. He's invis, and with that Shadow Dance off, the black hole will end with QO counting himself away. Warriors Gaming are actually losing this team fight. They've lost 3 of their big key heroes, and Beastmaster with Ember Spirit are the only ones remaining. This is the turning point now for MVP.
Oh, even a glimpse. He should be fine though.
I don't know about that forever.
Is he?
Hected 3, 2, 1. They've got the Avatar with a Sprout, and now the little piggy, down he goes. No buyback available for anyone here from Warriors Gaming. Vengeful Spirit will throw herself back into the meat grinder. But MVP Phoenix, that was a huge fight for them.
Definitely. I mean, the fights are getting more impactful as the game progresses. I think Warriors Gaming made a mistake when they were going for the Tiny. You saw the Enigma walk up and he had Black Hole, but he chose not to use it. And, well, first of all, that's wasting the BKB because you want to combine the BKB with your Black Hole duration, but you want to be greedy and let the Tinker finish him. That also meant Tinker had to be there in the tree lines, which is why I think he got killed in the first place, because he had to rearming and using missiles, and it gave away his position versus 2 very capable heroes, the Earth Spirit and Nature's Prophet, to track him down and punish him for it.
Oh, Euro Slark is now absolutely beast moding this. Fortunately for Warriors Gaming, they've got the blink on Ember Spirit now, so he's got an added ability and mobility item to get himself in and out of these team fights. The blink on the Beastmaster as well. They would have loved to kill QO though during the Roar and Black Hole. You know, they threw these 2 big team fight ultimates down onto just the Slark and weren't able to damage dealt. Forev TP'd up these trees. I'm not sure if Arjun actually saw that Sleight of Fist bounce back onto the Nature's Prophet. Forev will actually retreat himself down back through the river, pick up the DD. When's the next Roshan? About 10-15 seconds away until the big man returns. And that's gonna be the big point of contest, right? That's where we see the 5v5 clash, if not
Kill the
before.
Bracer?
And the Quelling Blade. Oh yeah.
I think both teams want a gem right now, more so MVP, because MVP have the... I mean, their heroes rely more on, you know, what do you call it, like guerrilla tactics, where you go in, go out, and you need information for that, like the way these Tiny and Slark heroes are played. You want some information before you blink in. It's already 35 minutes in, and I'm surprised they haven't bought the gem. But we're all for
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Found Forever top, yeah.
But the good thing for MVP is that they're putting pressure on this bottom. It looks like only the Tinker's gonna come to defend.
BKB from Alpha is actually utilized as well. A little bit of a waste there, but it might be fine. 3 at top drops,
Major Profit buyback.
Buyback in the blink forward, Avalanche, Toss, Beastmaster's gone. Got a lot of damage down to this tier 3 though. Not going to be able to actually finish it off though. 250 HP, 21 is what it's going to end up being. Roshan's alive now, Heen. This is what we're really looking for. The Black Hole, of course, available for the Enigma. Doesn't have a blink or anything like that. Doesn't have any mobility items, so he has to rely on, you know, swap stuns and roars to set things up for him. Getting just right. Both teams, I think, know exactly what's up as Tinker TP's away, but the rest of MVP, they were hot on his tail.
Getting that Tinker kill will mean so much. It means they can pretty much roach. If they kill Tinker 5-on-4, one of the ways that Warriors Gaming can contest the Tinker is by setting up marches above the hills in the Roche Pit, which is why it's so important for them to have dewarded.
Oh, they found him, got him! With the Hex Ward, both from start to start. Nana thought he was safe, but it's gonna be the end of him as he denies himself with a Bloodstone, down to 4 charges now. But it's Roshan that MVP have set their eyes on, and it might be Roshan that they take under the noses of Warriors Gaming.
Tinker has buyback, but I'm not sure if he's ready to commit to that. Yeah, they spotted him out. They know they're coming.
Sprout, the 3 units run themselves forward. When has been touched by the Avalanche. caught inside the Sprout. Black hole on the back end, only finding QO the Beastmaster. He's dead to right for QO. He's gonna leap himself away and escape, but not quite. Oh, enough. There's a Tinker blinks with a laser rocket. Zuba's taken out as well, but this Ebola is actually doing a decent amount of work back here onto the rest of Warriors Gaming. But MP, he's chased down. The Ember Spirit, he's avalanche through, but the Syringe Case was left there from the Ember. Will allow himself to get a double kill, and that Tinker buyback.
Yo.
Well worth the money, but the question is, was QO's buyback worth it? He's returned himself back into battle, and he's dieback. 110 seconds without your Slark. Roshan is free for the taking here for the Dire squad. Oh, MVP Phoenix. So desperate. So ready to fight.
I think they didn't really use the fact that they had a Nature's Prophet on their team. They just went straight for the fight. I think as soon as they saw the Tinker was going to come, they wanted to kill the Tinker somehow, and I thought that would be the game-winning moment. But I think the correct play was to just, what do you call it, just recede back into the jungle. You have like the night vision from the Slark, and it's not like Warriors Gaming are going to be able to take the Roche so easily themselves. And then you have a Nature's Prophet to, you know, go top maybe. And then when Tinker tries to come top, you fight 4-on-4 the Roche area.
Tinker went from 4 Bloodstone charges to 8 from that one team fight, and now
neither the Slark or Nature's Prophet have buyback. There's so much trouble for MVP.
You're right, 40 seconds is the timing Warriors Gaming have here to try and take racks. Get himself out of the Orchid once again with the Manta style, but melee racks mid, no glyph available. Warriors Gaming will just take it easily. I need to sneeze. Oh, no I don't. I hate that moment. Like, I need to sneeze, but no I don't. But now I'm fine. I'll go for the top racks, and they're doing a hell of a lot of structural damage up here as well. This Earth Spirit's trying his hardest just to try and keep them at bay. But with MP dropping down to half HP, sure enough he's got a BKB, but Warriors Gaming say, you know what, we're not going to overextend. We'll just be happy with what we've taken.
Yeah, they have some really sick kiting damage between the Ember Spirit and the Tinker. Ooh. Looks like Tinker's going for the Shiva's card. It's a very odd choice.
Yeah, usually after Bloodstone it's like 80% of the time you go for the Hex just for that, you know, chain disable from level 3 rearm, the Bloodstone mana regen, you get the Hex going as well. But I guess Shiva's Guard here is going to be helping him really hardcore push these lanes. Pretty decent against the attack speed from both Tiny, Nature's Prophet, as well as the Slark. Slark I don't really want to put in there because he has the Moonshard and all that, but definitely Tiny and Nature's Prophet, who are very heavily right-click focused.
You know what I think is a pretty good item on Tinker? Never mind that. Kyo might die again. It's going to be really problematic if he does.
He's forced the Shadow Dance, but Nana is going. The pounce will latch onto someone. He threw it, but he held it.
Yeah, good Thunderstorm, but sadly no follow-up. Enigma has a black hole. They have to be very careful. Kyo doesn't have the Shadow Dance, and these 40 seconds of not having Shadow Dance might actually be critical, because the next time Afu sees Kyo, he's gonna blink in and try to black hole him, and there's nothing his teammates can do to stop that.
The third lane that Warriors Gaming are looking to take a melee racks here, and without Shadow Dance and that Static Storm, we're going for a bit of damage onto Argent. They've stunned him up and held him in place, but he's going to get hexed through with a black hole forward though from Afu, captures the 2 of them, and now the Ember Trader slices through them all. Aegis will get popped and Nana will get glimpsed back for safety, in fact, outside of the Radiant base, but it's the rest of the fight we're going to pay attention to. QO, he's in a 1v1 against the Vengeful Spirit. Zaki tries to fight and battle through it, but Afu will block off the advance, and Zaki finally going to drop him, and QO loses his life in exchange, and with no buyback available, both Slark and Nature's Prophet dead for 70 plus seconds. Warriors Gaming look like they might just take game number 2 here in this best of 3. They're taken down one by one, and MVP, they get one trade off. They kill the Beastmaster and the Tinker, but the Tiny, not long for this world, as goes forward and takes him out. Clears up through the Stone Man. He has to buy back. He has to defend his base. The racks are still standing, fortunately here for MVP Phoenix, but Warriors Gaming, they haven't given up just yet. the Remnant back from the Ember Spirit, flips back into danger though as the Enigma stuns up MP. He's cleaving through a bunch of them, but the damage jump from the Ember Spirit slices and dices.
Oh my god.
His blade is made of diamond. Your igneous rock means nothing to the Ember Spirit, and Dubu, he's forced to roll back a little bit further, even with an Aghanim Scepter now picked up by the Disruptor. Static Storm, it's a good ultimate, but you need some follow through. One by one, the buildings will fall.
Mega Creeps.
And Mega Creeps are done after this final racked up top gets taken. MVP Phoenix between a rock and a hard place. And really, what do they have left? Nothing. For Equals GG. Warriors Gaming have defeated MVP Phoenix here in a best of 3 for the SEA qualifiers for ESL One Manila. And what a performance from the underdogs.
Holy crap, they did it. I think a lot of people might be tempted to say that this was, Warriors Gaming's them cheesing MVP with the Roche, but I really don't think the Roche is why they won. It might have helped them, but MVP definitely didn't